So I think the 2 points that I picked from there. One is repurposing content, which I think is essential, given that people consume content in different forms and on different platforms, and no one kind of content does not work everywhere. And the second one was AI, and AI has been the buzzword for about a year now, and everyone wants to do something about AI, wants to use AI actively, but there are some fears as well. Now, recently, our publishers have seen that with Google, AI generated content is not all that great. Like with the March core update, any kind of content that's published which does not add value or it's not helpful, like Google says, it's going to nuke it. Google has also gone ahead and de-indexed these articles as well, which is a pain point for a lot of publishers. So, and that leads me to the question that do you see like a huge shift of this kind happening on social media platforms as well? Like, do you see social media platform taking any action on AI generated content?
Yeah, so a couple of things. Number one, we're not generative AI as the world knows it, so we don't fall into this
Mhm.
trap, right? So with
Yeah.
Lately, you're not prompting it. There's no prompt, and then there's no going out into a public data set to create whatever you've asked it to do. With
Yeah.
Lately, we're taking our math, our algorithms, and analyzing your unique data, your social media analytics, and then we're assessing that, and then the content we're generating, it's really first it's a quote of you. So we're looking for quotes. We're actually not even rewriting anything. Like what's the best quote? And then if you ask us to, we will enhance the quote, but in your voice specifically and according to your data. So we are skating through legal and IT with a lot of our enterprise clients, especially because we're
Mhm.
avoiding these fears, right? There's no copyright
Yeah.
issues for us. We're not throwing your data back into the public data set. And we're not in any way muddling it with all the bias of the internet. So we are
Mhm.
and also clear from Google because our I think just to back up, like the misunderstanding of AI is that it's the end all be all, number one, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants magic. Nobody wants to do any work, which shocks me because, I mean, basic writing is like communication. And we've all
Yeah.
seen how very difficult we all truly believe it to be since ChatGPT was born, right? Nobody even wants to write a text message for God's sakes, but I mean, it's amazing to me. Um, but my job isn't to give you content on social media just to give you content. My job is to give you content that actually cuts through all that noise and then also makes your target audience into evangelists, right? And we do that by interweaving human collaboration throughout our generative process. And I'm talking a lot of information here, but Harvard Business Review just recently did a report on collaborative AI, and it shows that it
Mhm.
outperforms AI alone by 7x. Now, Google knows this, and everyone we know this as well. And the reason is because the human analysis is essential to making sure that it's not garbage, right? So that it doesn't get flagged by Google's algorithms or anywhere else. So when you have that
Yeah.
component in the mix, you'll see the AI actually learning good behaviors as opposed to bad behaviors, which unfortunately, so many of us have been
Yes.
teaching the open data sets, right? Because we're
Yeah.
so poor at communication.
Absolutely.
Long,
Absolutely. I think that's a problem as well. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's
No,
really rampant. I mean, I'm concerned that we're going to get back to grunting at some point, right? Is that like
it's a real possibility. I'm not going to discount that.